How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a super powerful unlimited ammo SMG build that you guys can be using right now in Back 4 Blood just after the big December update. With this build, you guys should be able to easily get through Recruit and Veteran, and this build can even be taken into Nightmare. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck list, now is your time to do so. But for the remainder of this video, I'm just going to be talking about why every card is where it is, what role every card plays in the deck, and just everything like that. So the objective of this deck is simple. We are going to be DPS, and we are going to have unlimited ammo for 2 SMGs that we are basically going to be shooting at all times, and I'm going to get more into detail the more we get into the deck. So in the number 1 and 2 spot, we have Admin Reload and Ammo Stash. Now, if you don't know either one of these do, Admin Reload says when we stow our weapons, it reloads, and Ammo Stash says our secondary weapons have unlimited ammo, with a downside saying our secondary weapons reload speed is 20% slower, but with Admin Reload automatically reloading all of our guns, that downside is basically non-existent. Now, these two are the complete engine of the deck. These, work together perfectly, and how we're going to obtain this double SMG unlimited ammo thing is we're going to use Admin Reload to automatically reload all of our weapons when we stow them away. We're going to have any SMG in the game as our primary, and in our secondary slot, we are going to have the Tech 9, and I would highly recommend spawning as Carly with this build. So with Admin Reload, you're just going to take whatever primary SMG you have, shoot till all the bullets are out of it, then you're going to want to switch to your Tech 9, which also gets all of the same attributes and priorities as every other SMG in the game. You're going to shoot off all the bullets in there, and then just keep rinsing and repeating that, not having to actually reload. And what that's also going to do is make it so we have a unstoppable line of bullets the entire time. Now, in the number 3 spot, we have Cold Brew Coffee, which gives us plus 15% reload speed and 25% aim speed, weapon swap speed, and use speed. Now, I know this deck doesn't really care about reload speed because we're an admin reload deck, but just looking past that, that gives us more aim speed, which is something SMG decks want. It gives us faster weapon swap speed, and I mean, with us being an admin reload deck, weapon swap speed is really good in this deck, and it gives us plus 25% use speed, which is honestly a secret all-star. Like, our use speed, that goes into everything like opening crates, doing things with toolkits, rescuing survivors, picking people up. Just having a 1/4 boost for doing nothing but playing this card is just really good, and topped on with all the other awesome effects we have. Now, at the number 4 spot, we have Line 'em Up, which gives us plus 10% effective bullet range, 15% recoil control, 25% bullet penetration, and 25% aim speed. Now, Cold Brew Coffee and Line 'em Up are kind of just like the dynamic duo in gun decks right now, because everything Cold Brew doesn't do, Line 'em Up does. And whenever Line 'em Up doesn't do, Cold Brew does. Cold Brew kind of focuses on like the not damage things like reload, aiming, weapon swap speed, use speed, and Line 'em Up focuses on damage. All of these are just damage things, and just the fact that we get 8 really good passive effects for literally doing nothing but playing these 2 cards and having 0 downsides is by far too good to pass up. Like, these are just the best 2 cards for gun decks right now. At the number 5 spot is Energy Drink, which gives us plus 15% stamina, 25% weapon swap speed, 15% move speed while firing, and plus 10% slow resistance. Now, Energy Drink is just like worse of like these cards that give you a bunch of really good effects, because these effects are, they're more niche than like the rest of these, because every deck can use reload speed, aim speed, weapon, stuff like that. But very specific decks want more stamina, want more weapon swap speed, move speed while firing. Very specific decks want these effects. These aren't really good catch-all effects like something like Cold Brew is, but in this specific deck, we're an SMG build, so we want stamina. We want the weapon swap speed because we're an admin reload deck, and move speed while firing is something SMGs always enjoy doing, and the slow resistance is just like a nice little cherry on the top. It makes us not as slow when common, kind of start grouping up around us. Now, at number 6, we have Shredder, which says each bullet hit causes the target to take 1% increased damage for 3 seconds, and it stacks up to 15%. Now, this is just an absolute auto-include in any fully automatic gun gun deck, but I mean SMG specifically, they are known for just having the fastest rate of fire, which means this is going to make Shredder just be busted the quickest. And the fact that we're not even taking a break from shooting, like we're not shooting a pistol, no, we're shooting a Tech 9, which has a really fast fire rate. Just the combo of having 2 SMGs is going to just put the most bullets out, which is going to trigger Shredder the most. Now at number 7, we have Ammo Meal, which gives us plus 75% ammo capacity with a downside of minus 5% move speed. Now the move speed, I mean, it's 5%, it's really not that bad. It's something we can definitely look over for having plus 75% ammo capacity. Now the reason that we want this is because, yes, just because we're using ammo stash, I mean, we're not going to be taking any ammo from our Tech 9. That doesn't mean we have unlimited ammo just yet. Ammo Meal is going to make it so we basically have unlimited ammo, because when you give an SMG like 700 bullets in their stockpile, they're not going to run out of ammo, especially when they're not using half of them because of ammo stash. Like, once you pick up this card, you essentially never have to worry about ammo for the rest of the campaign. The rest of the run that this card's active, you don't got to worry about ammo. Now at number 8, we have Shooting Gloves, which gives us plus 25% weapon swap speed. Now this is in here because we're an admin reload deck and we just want to be swapping stuff as quick as humanly possible, but we don't want to, you know, pick one of the cards that has like an actual downside, because we have other cards that just give us weapon swap speed as just a nice boost, you know, like cold brew coffee and like energy drink and stuff like that. And Shooting Gloves is just a nice little weapon swap speed. I mean, yes, it's a bit linear, but it's still good and it's not going to give us any downsides, because I mean, the thing we want to prioritize on is just not having a bunch of downsides with our upsides. I mean, look, we're 8 cards into the deck. We're over halfway in, and look how many actual downsides we have. You know, we have minus 15% ammo capacity, a downside that doesn't matter, no downsides, none. I mean, minus 5% move speed. We don't want to start tacking on with cards like Cocky, because I mean, they may be better, but they're just not needed for this build. Now at number 9, we have Large Caliber Rounds, which gives us plus 7.5% bullet damage and plus 200% bullet penetration. Now the reason that this is under Shredder is, like I said earlier, SMGs just vomit out bullets, which makes Shredder infinitely better than Large Caliber Rounds in every way. But with that being said, we are still a DPS build and we need to play more than one damage buff card in our deck, and Large Caliber Rounds hits on a completely different axis than Shredder does, so that is what's going to make it, you know, kind of over the top for this deck. And like I said earlier, it has no downsides. Now number 10 is going to be Hellfire, which gives us plus 45% move speed while firing and plus 5% move speed while we're not firing. Now first thing I want to say is the 5% move speed makes this, I mean, has no downside now, but Hellfire giving us 45% move speed while we're firing, we're always going to be firing because we're always going to have an SMG in our hand. So this is going to make us an absolute speedster. Now, I'm not saying that we should just start speedrunning the entire game. I'm not saying that at all. But this is going to make you really mobile. And I mean, playing as Carly, getting that extra use speed, and I mean, having other cards that give you extra use speed, this is going to make you a really reliable person on the board, as long as you can just not get hit and you can pick players up. You can do whatever it is that needs to be doing because you are going to be just that fast. Now, the 11 and 12 spot kind of go together. It's Power Swap and Power Reload. Now, Power Swap says changing weapons within 1 second of reaching low ammo grants 20% damage for 5 seconds, and Power Reload says reloading a gun within 1 second of reaching low ammo will increase its mag size by 30% until the next reload. Now, the reason both these cards are in the deck is because we're just an admin reload deck. We're going to be switching our weapons, and yeah, I mean, the timing can take a little time to get used to, but I promise as soon as you get used to like the timing and stuff, it is going to make your deck immensely more powerful. Now, the reason that they are so down on the list is because they're very linear. They only do one thing, and I mean, even that is kind of like niche, because you have to play a game within a game, if that makes sense, because you have to always keep track of when to switch your weapons, because the game doesn't give you a really clear sign of when you should switch your weapons to get these effects. I mean, just, it's kind of a hassle always having to remember this, but it's something that becomes like second nature after a while. But overall, just how linear these cards are. Like, look at cards like Cold Brew through Energy Drink. Like, this is 12 different effects, and I mean, we get 2 out of 2 cards. You know what I mean? When we get 12 effects out of 3 cards, like, these just, they're good. They're just not good enough at what they do to put them higher. Now at number 13, we have Silver Bullets, which gives us plus 10% bullet damage and plus 15% effective bullet range. Now, the main thing we look at this card is the effective bullet range, because SMGs don't really have that good of a range, and just anything that could buffer that is really useful to us. And then just tacking on more bullet damage on top of that. Now, it is lower than Large Caliber Rounds because it's just worse than Large Caliber Rounds, and it's obviously worse than Shredder. But we need more damage cards, like I said, because we are a DPS build. Number 14 is going to be Mag Carrier, which gives us plus 30% pistol / SMG ammo capacity and plus 10% damage with pistols and SMGs. Now, this card's obviously an auto include because it gives us more ammo and more damage, but much like these power swap, power reload, just that it's too linear. Like, it doesn't give us enough effects. All this does is give us more ammo, more damage, which, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, that makes the card an auto include, but it doesn't make it better than Cold Brew, and it doesn't make it better than just cards like this. And number 15 is going to be Reckless Strategy, which gives us plus 30% weak spot damage and minus 5% damage resistance as the downside. Now, the reason that this card is Reckless Strategy and not Hyper Focused is because look at that downside. Minus 40% move speed while shooting or melee attack. I mean, that's going to make us practically a snail when we're shooting, because you used to be able to get around this by just not ADSing, but now, you know, Turtle Rat kind of smartened up and said, oh, we're just going to make it while they're shooting, and it makes this card kind of terrible in my opinion, because, I mean, this downside's awful, but Reckless Strategy, it's not that much weaker, and honestly, I don't even think this SMG deck really needs weak spot damage. This is really only in here for just, like, finales, because you need to be able to, like, really quickly deal with stuff like Hawkers and Stalkers and just stuff that isn't Tall Boys. Stuff that isn't Tall Boys, you should be able to delete in, like, half a second, which this card really helps with. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any deck changes that you guys would make, and as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.